Hi everybody, it's Kat from Kat on Point. It's time for another collab, and this collab is hosted by the marvelous Denise. Did I say that right? The marvelous Denise from Dish With Dee. And there are a lot of other amazing channels that are going to be listed below for you to peruse through, get to know them. If you're not, already subbed to them, then go ahead and sub to them and see if you can or consider doing that. And I hope if you're here from another channel, you'll consider subbing to me so we can share a journey also. So anyway, that being said, now I've been out of the loop for a bit. We've had a lot of family into town this week, including my mom who just got out of the hospital. So I wanted to spend every waking moment that I could with her while she was here visiting. And so I didn't even touch my computer or any videos. So this week I'm going to be catching up on all my friends. This collab video is basically about, talking about my weight loss journey and my channel, where I sit going from here, where I'm going. And I wanted to share that. It's kind of like hard to condense that in the amount of time that I want to, but I'm going to give it a go. So number one, what I want to talk about is I don't actually give you my actual weight, but I tell you how far I've come, how far I need to go, and what I'm up and down every week. And so, the only thing is the missing is the actual weight. The reason why is because my husband of almost 33 years watches my channel, and he has no idea what I weigh, nor has he ever. So I think that his view of what women actually weigh is much more flattering than what we all weigh. So let's just leave it at that, right? So anyway, when did this journey start for me? It started, I want to say, way back about 30 years ago after we first got married. I started putting it on, but I really didn't start packing it on until after I had a baby, of course. Things change, and it wasn't the baby weight, because the baby weight came up kind of quick. What it was me eating the baby's snacks as a toddler and just starting to eat too much and not move enough, and I started to put it on. And that started my journey of, actually having to go on a diet, right? And so it's a really long journey, and there's lots of ups and lots of downs. And I wasn't a compulsive dieter, where I was just like obsessive and trying all kinds of them. But it just seemed like I was aware of diets at that time. I've never really had to lose more than 50 or 60 pounds at a time, which seems like a lot on my frame because I'm a petite 5'3", and so even 20 extra pounds starts looking pretty chunky on me. And so right now I am probably, I was going to say 12, but I think still go another 15. I'm on the last bit, and that, I promise you, is the hardest, especially after menopause. It is the hardest to break through. And so what I've decided to do is not to zero in on the weight loss number as much as I am really trying to zero in on good health, and in developing a healthy lifestyle and activity level that I could live with for the rest of my life, that I am happy with, and that is going to shape my body gradually, something that I want to live with. And so that's what I'm doing now, and I think that it's really helping. I am loving, I walk every single day almost, about 6 days a week, and I try to get in a 5K per day, which I split up half in the morning and half in the evening, but sometimes I only get half of that done and don't get back around to it in the evening. But also I do about a half an hour to an hour of Pilates every single day, except for 1 day a week. So, and that's pretty regular. I'm really loving the Pilates. I do love rebounding. I do love bike riding, right? So, but anyway, and I think developing a lot of healthy habits along the way. And where do I see the channel going? Why did I start it? All right. Well, I started it Way back, I want to say some years ago, it started as a health journey channel, and then it kind of turned into like a vegan diet channel. I had to change some things up for my health, and went back into like a health journey channel and family style vlog, and now that's pretty much where I'm at, except it's got a Weight Watcher focus. Do I want to keep it going that way? You know, I think so. My highest view videos are Weight Watcher oriented, right? And then also cooking videos. But I do love doing family style vlogs, so I don't know. I think maybe it would help for you to give me any feedback and let me know, especially if you're my regulars, just really let me know what it is that you like to see, and then that might kind of help me to figure out which direction I want to go in, right? Let's talk about some of my tips for staying on plan and some things that keep me going. Number one, I have to put my glasses on. I'm so sorry for the glare. I would say in the past, I would say tracking. I know you're going to hear that a lot, but what I'm going to say about that is tracking helps. Tracking is very helpful, especially at the beginning. And the reason why I say that is because I think there's always a point that we go through, you know, people come over to visit, we go out of town, we go on vacation, we go out to eat. Life happens, you know, on its own, and sometimes it's not always convenient to track. And so what's important to me is knowing my good food values and knowing the nutritional content, knowing what my body needs, knowing what the caloric content is, not just the points of those foods, but I really urge you to look into the foods that you have often, and instead of just looking at the points, also look at the nutritional value of that and what it's really bringing to you, so that you know inside, you know what you're really having and what you really need. And sometimes when you can't track, you're actually going to rely on that information that's already in there to help guide you through, right? You're going to know the points already. You're going to know the nutritional information, and it's going to help you to make those decisions when the app's not around and when you don't have a pencil and a paper and nothing else is around, and you'll have it inside. You need to know how to make a good decision, right? Based on vital information. So tracking really, really helps. Especially at the beginning, I say get all the information down and become familiar with it. And then, you know, you can go on from there. Number two, another tip is to fall in love with your activity. I think that everybody should get in at least 30 minutes of activity every single day, right? And it's really good for your heart. A lot of people will say, oh, I lost all my weight without any activity, without exercising. It's really good for your heart, and it's really good for all your vital functions. And so, you know, I would say it's really important to get that, you know, that whole lymphatic system moving and everything, because that's the system that's going to detoxify your body and help you lose weight better, you know. And you do want to be moving. It's so important on so many levels. I know you've heard it said, you know, find something that you love, something to do that you love, right? And I would push it further and just say, fall in love with whatever it is that you're doing, right? And if you don't find yourself falling in love with your activity, then choose another activity, right? I love this stuff that I do. I vary it from time to time, but especially like Pilates now, I'm really, really enjoying it. And so that's something that I think I could see myself doing for the rest of my life. Number three, eating out. Limit your eating out. Oh my goodness, because you don't know how much fat, sugar, salt, and you know, MSG, whatever additives that they have in there. You just don't know what's in there. It's very hard to control, you know, how that's going to affect your diet. So I would say and it's very distracting, because I've found when people come into town and I'm not just eating out once a week, which we normally do, and I'm eating out more, it becomes easier to eat out. And, you know, there's a mind shift in there that happens, and then you have to mind shift to get back into your routine. So I would say, you know, to limit it as much as possible. If you can pack a cooler, pack a lunch, prep as much as you can. Number 4, have a backup plan. Always have a backup plan. Have go-tos. Having go-to foods are vital. For me, there's a time in the day, which is 4 to 6 p.m. I have to have something ready to go, or that's the time that I end up, I could push it, I could lose it, I can get over my points, I could get over my calories for that day, I could have something that's not as beneficial. So I have to have, if you're going to want sweet, I need sweet during that time, and I need protein. So I have certain foods that I go to during that time. Rice cracker with a little peanut butter on it, some light Cool Whip, few little mini chocolate chips, that'll do me fine. Or I'll have like a 25 calorie Nestle makes 25 calorie hot chocolate. I will have a cup of that with a dollop of light Cool Whip on it, and oh boy, does that do it, right? There's a few things that I can have during that time that I say, oh, I'm good now. I can make a good choice at dinner. I can get on with the rest of the day. But have some go-tos that you can go to, especially when you have a weak moment. Planning for success. And failure to planning is planning to fail, right? Okay, number 5, I would say learn your caloric needs. And what I mean by that is learn how many calories you need to function every day, but also learn what is your caloric level you need to drop to in order to lose weight. And then that way you can kind of like plan your foods around that, right? Because then you kind of take a little bit of the guesswork out. So you're not just going, I don't know whether I'm going to lose this week or gain this week. And we're still going to have that no matter what, right? But I mean, we have to have some sort of an idea of where it is we really need to fall. So learn what it is, and that might mean that your caloric needs turns into a point value. So I know that, if I don't know, I have so many calories, which results in, maybe 21 points a day, then I know that I'm in a range that I could lose weight during that time. And I know that if I'm over that, probably not going to lose weight that week, right? Or not that day. And so, then in that case, we can go, what? I'll bump up my exercise by like 15 minutes that day. And that might make the difference, right? So, but anyway, know what those caloric needs are so that you can adjust all the other things, peripherals around that. So anyway, those are my tips. I don't know if that really helped or not, but thanks for listening and for coming along on my journey. I will see you guys later. All right. Love you guys. Bye.